Okay, so yeah, after this talking about 15-minute counts, then we could take a break of 15 minutes or a bit less and then have more discussion. And all this question about the data and so on, and butterfly monitoring, how important it is and why we are promoting it. So indeed, yeah, Chris was showing that they are declining in some parts and in others they are not declining. But the thing at the end is that the long monitoring of butterflies or invertebrates in general, we don't have much knowledge. So we really need to get more data and to understand what is going on. So then I make the link on this new methodology that I want to explain is the 15-minute count. That is a part of the Transect that we are incorporating in eBMS, and we want to spread all around Europe. Okay, I cannot pass it now. Yeah. But before explaining, I want to make clear the differences between the Transect and 15-minute counts and how this is combining. So please don't understand me that we want to forget about Transect and don't do it anymore and just focus on 15-minute count. That is not the message. Is that the 15-minute counts will help the different butterfly monitoring schemes to provide more data. So it will support the Transect because Transects are the basics of the butterfly monitoring schemes, the BMS. They are a standardized method and they collect more robust data in comparison with the 15-minute count. However, the 15-minute counts are more flexible because we can do it everywhere. And the methodology is standardized, but the data is less precise because we don't have the frequency of collection. No? So of course the data is not the same, but it still is useful. And there is at least one research that this type of data can contribute a lot to support this Transect. So just to explain you what is this method, it's just counting insects during 15 minutes in a certain area, in a root, in a point, or just in a meadow, for example. And we use the same monitoring effort, so always 15 minutes. So we know that it's everywhere the same time. And we collect, we record the butterflies' abundances. So as the same as we do for the Transect. And these characteristics gave us a lot of possibilities to really use this 15-minute count. Sorry, so where we could do these 15-minute counts? Well, my answer will be everywhere. You could do it wherever you want in a really nice path, like here I'm showing, or in a rich meadow full of flowers that for sure you will find many butterflies, or in many other habitats, like close to water areas, or just in the mountains. In Slovenia there are many, so for sure it would be really interesting to get data from the different valleys. But also we can do it in urban areas, so more urbanized places inside of the city, or just in parks inside. Or doing other activities like walking the dog close here on my house. I normally do some 15-minute counts when I walk just to get some data, even if I just get white butterflies inside, or in areas where we don't normally have a Transect, for example, in agricultural areas. That is also interesting to have data. And well, now the question would be why to do this? Well, as Chris said, it's funny anyway to go outside, nature, enjoy, and at the same time contribute to science, collecting data. And I tell you, it's really funny. As you can see, my colleagues in Madeira collecting data with this method, with 15-minute counts. It's super flexible. You could do it wherever you want. You can do it at any time of the day and any time of the year. You can just use it and count. It's perfect for holidays. Maybe you go on the weekends to your village and you normally don't go every day, but then when you go, you could collect the data and butterflies that appear there. It's always a standard method, so it will help us in the future to compare between different regions, as the same for the Transect. So we will compare data from Finland or Slovenia or Cyprus. So that will be really great. And for us, it will help us to fill in gaps. So for filling in interesting areas, so in mountains or isolated places where we don't have Transect because it's not possible to access there so frequently, or in the contrary, in areas where we don't normally monitor, like rural areas or cities. And here I show you the map that the current 15-minute counts, where every day there are more and more, but you could see how it's feeling everywhere in the middle of the Atlantic until Norway. So it's really great. And well, for this methodology, the 15-minute counts, we created the ButterflyCount app that I think Primoz mentioned it before. And well, this application is available for Android and iPhone systems, and you can just download it, look for ButterflyCount on the App Store, and then you can download it and use it when you have the eBMS account. So here on our website of eBMS, you can just register an account and then use the same account for the application. And then immediately you could start doing a 15-minute count. We designed it to collect data in all of Europe. So all the species of Europe are included inside. It's translated in more than 10 languages. And of course, it's in Slovenian as well. We translate it completely. You can select the species by the common name or a Latin name, so whatever you want. And you can use it also to monitor other taxa, so not only butterflies, but you can select on settings if you want to record data of moths, dragonflies, or bumblebees. I normally suggest just to select one of them, so not all at the same time. Maybe if you are not in a really rich area, you are manageable to do it, but just select butterflies and moths at the same time, and then you can register them. The app uses it's really simple. It's just count down the 15 minutes and then register your route that you are doing. So if you have the GPS on, then the apps register the route. For example, on the right screenshot, then is doing the route that you just walk. But if you don't have the GPS, because whenever reason, then you could have it off and then later draw the area of that you were searching butterflies. So for example, here I show you an area that I would like to search for butterflies, and then I can draw it directly on the app. How to do it directly, so how really to start a 15-minute count is quite simple. Just you enter on the app, on ButterflyCount app, and then you just press this button, the purple, and immediately it will bring you to the 15-minute counts, and the time will start to run. So you can just stop it the time and then say, okay, I'm ready, I have my GPS on, I'm on the mood of looking for butterflies. And then when you are ready, you can just press play again, and then the time will start to run. And you could start adding the butterflies as you see them. So you look for them and then start to include the abundances. So for example, here you could see a list of species with the different abundances. If you just click on the number, it will increase 1. And then, well, now the time is up. So the 15 minutes are over. So what you need to do is, I just recommend to check that the route was drawn well. And then you could include any additional details, comments, pictures, or whatever for every of the individuals. And then you need to finish these 15-minute counts in the upper part. You just click here, this button, and then the 15-minute count we will save in your phone. So for being able to save it completely, you need to press here, upload in this button, and then it will be sent to the eBMS website. So I recommend to do it that as soon as possible. So this is how a 15-minute count looks like. You see the whole route here, and the different points are the different individuals, because every individual has his own coordinates on the app. So when you are doing the 15-minute counts, every species gets its own coordinates. So it's quite useful for maybe research or many other possibilities. So the app and the website are related. So the data is shared to the eBMS. And if you enter on the website and if you have already the eBMS account to use the app, then you can enter on the website, go here to my data, my samples, and then you will be able to see your 15-minute counts, the whole route, how many species, the area, when you did it, and you could download everything on your computer. So the route, the observations, and everything immediately on Excel files. And then I wanted to just add one more thing, is how this application can be used practically, no? So for different examples, you could use it for remote areas. I mentioned it before, but really areas where we don't normally go and there are rare species, so it could be really useful, this application and this methodology. For data collection in monitoring programs for threatened species, because you could do this 15-minute count just for one species. Maybe you don't know all the species that there are appearing in a really rich area, but do you want to count, I don't know, Apollo or one Serinthia species? You could do just the 15-minute counts for one species. It will be helpful to sample, to determine the composition and abundances of Lepidoptera in certain habitats. So you just want to register what is happening in a certain area. So you could do several 15-minute counts. And also useful for opportunistic data, no? As I mentioned before, for treats or singular species or habitat that are interesting to get a really complete registration. So, well, I created some explanatory videos that you could find in Butterfly Conservation Europe YouTube channel. So there I have this video where I explain how to do a 15-minute count, show you directly on the app. So you could go there and check it, or if not, in our website, where here I put it, you could find more detailed explanation, and I think it's in the Slovenian even, so you could check it. So thank you so much. I hope you like it, and if you have any question after the break, we could respond it.